Good evening, welcome everybody to the regular Gilbert City Council meeting of June 9th, 2026. Call the meeting to order at 6:22. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Councilor Rotashnik.
Present.
Councilor Gilbert.
Here.
Councilor Redpath.
Here.
Councilor Cotton.
Here.
Mayor Overstar.
Here. We have a quorum, we can have a meeting. Next, would everybody help me with the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. City Clerk, Lynn, could you, interim clerk, can you read off some additions that we have?
Yes. Letter G is a donation from the Gilbert Fire Department. Pardon me, H is the Orbicon contract with SEH. I is the electrical estimate for the lights in the fire hall.
What's that?
Lights for the,
Do two of them, or just do one at a time, or what?
the one is for lights and the other one is for the Orbicon lift station.
Okay. Two different separate ones.
Yep. Two different electrical estimates.
Okay, we have 4 items of additions to the agenda. Council we want to make a motion to approve them, additions.
I'll make a motion to approve the two, or is it 3? 4? 4 additions to new business.
What is the fourth, I'm sorry?
There's two
The lift
electrical.
station? Okay.
Motion by Councilor Redpath, Mayor second.
I'll second.
Second by Councilor Rotashnik to add those 4 items that were mentioned by the interim clerk to agenda. Any more discussion on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed say nay. Motion carries. We have the consent agenda. We have city council meeting minutes of May 26th, regular meeting, working session meeting of May 26th, and we don't have the special meeting minutes.
My apologies.
We're gonna have to take that off.
Yep.
Okay? We cannot approve them if they're not here.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda with the removal of the June 1st meeting.
Motion by Councilor Skirvik, supported by
Support that.
Councilor Redpath to approve the consent agenda with the removal of the June 1st special meeting to be done at next meeting. Any more discussion on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries. All right, anybody on this tonight have anything do you want to discuss with the council other than what's on the agenda tonight? Seeing none and hearing from none, we'll move on to reports by mayor and council. Councilor Ponton, do you have anything?
Yeah, I drove by the baseball field the other day. They were having a game at the big field. And there's been 30, 40 cars there. A lot of them parked in that one parking lot next to the rec center. Well, there was a pile of dirt kind of right in the middle of that parking lot. I just don't get why that isn't put down by the campground. You know, anytime they get a pile, why would you put it right where people park all the time? And a major cleanup in that area would be nice along that fence line. You know, just to beautify also the fencing. If you could weave that fencing to hide that, all that, when anybody that comes to a game and they look across at what they see there with the sand pile, you know, that's fine, whatever. But but that fence is falling over. If you could just weave the fence, you could hide all that junk and it would make Gilbert look a lot better. It would look pretty sloppy right
Our
now.
yard, your public works yard, you
Yeah,
see? Okay,
Yeah.
I agree.
you know, and it's not much you can even buy those tarps that you just, even without weaving that fence. Straighten that fence out, weave it, whatever. And you could make that look so much nicer down there. I don't know why we've allowed this to happen. I've tried to get it done years past, but I get no response. But maybe we'll try again, see if we can get it.
Yeah, right.
They got enough people now to help clean up, weave the fence, straighten the fence,
I
do
know,
whatever.
we haven't hired anybody yet.
I thought we had summer help.
We have summer help yet.
They could weave the fence or put the tarps up or whatever.
I believe that pile of dirt is, that's the same type of gravel that's used on a baseball diamond.
No, it's, yeah, but don't put it right in the middle of the parking lot, put it on the edge at least.
I'm assuming that they had to have them dump it near the work site so that they can get it to the ball field, which I don't know if they've had time to do.
I mean, you can't put it 20 yards past along the fence line, you have to put it in the middle of the parking lot. I don't know, okay, they do things different than I would, but whatever, I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna pick at nothing more, I'm done. That's it for me.
I'll agree that, that fence line along the road should be, tarped somehow. So people don't have to view that eyesore in there, okay? I agree with that, but we could get a cost on,
Can you clarify where that road is or what that road is so that I'm?
I will let you know. It's alongside the baseball, first base.
Right behind the dugout, that whole road.
The north side of the
whole
baseball
road,
field,
yeah.
there's an alley, and across from that alley is the public works yard.
If it takes those strips like, one of our business people did down there,
Yes.
his fence.
You can weave it to,
Something like
or
that.
you can buy a tarp that looks like a weave even.
And it
So
should be.
you want him to buy those leaves? Do I need a motion to have him buy those?
Wait, what?
You want him to weave the fence, do you need me to have you approve that, or is this an approval to do that?
Oh, okay, I'll put it this way, I'm gonna make step off this year, make a motion that we direct the city, Sam, to straighten out that fence down there if need be, and camouflage the city, yard, public works yard, away from any, from the baseball field, view of the baseball field.
Okay.
Camouflage that wherever it takes, 3 sides, 4 sides, whatever it takes.
That salt that's leaching off that sand pile, do you see that? It kills all the grass.
I
If
mean,
they could ditch alongside and contain it, instead of letting it go into the ditch, you know?
we should camouflage the park.
Well, for sure, but I mean, that's in addition, just ditch alongside that, inside the fence, so you can contain that salt from going down
Yeah,
the gutter into the ditches and killing all the,
And
you know, grasses.
I'll add into my motion and ditching, that Bob recommends as well. I mean, this has been long overdue,
yes, and that's,
long overdue. This yard looks unorganized and terrible, and I think it's not gonna get organized. We might as well just cover and hide it, okay? And long overdue. That's my motion.
The mayor stepped off the motion to, stepped off the chair to make a motion that the city workers repair the fence, clean up the ditch, probably fix the gate that goes into that yard also. Is there a second to that motion?
Well, that's that, also that camouflage.
And put the camouflage.
you can weave it or tarp it, whatever.
Leave it or tarp it.
Or buy those straps that go in between there,
Yeah, the weave or the tarps. Tarps look nice too if you get the right ones.
Do you have a time limit on that?
we'll, I'll think they get it done before discussion. Who's second one?
Did everybody second the motion?
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Wow. it'd be nice to get it done,
Soon as
as
possible.
soon as possible, because the summer's here and there's a lot of activity down there.
That is not a time frame. If I say as soon as possible, that leaves it open-ended. If you have a date, that,
By the 4th of July.
That sounds like a lot of, I don't disagree that that is not a great view to look at. I question why we're putting focus on that when we have many other areas in the city where we need to spend money and spend priorities in. I want to know what the cost is, and I want to know what time frame is before I can even cast a vote. So at this point, I can't possibly vote for this. We've got plenty of things down at the campground, down at the beach, Sparta Beach, Hopkins Park. All of those things need to be
It's on
done.
Sparta Beach.
Well, I mean, people are going to be using Sparta Beach a lot more this summer. We have to make sure that it's got the things that it needs there.
There's nothing that it needs there.
I'm okay, if we need things at Sparta Beach, I'm okay to continue on and doing other things that we need to do. But this is one thing also we have to do. And I don't think, even though we pass it, it's gonna get done in the time that I'm asking for. But it's just something that
We've
is
had
on
that,
the table anyway.
we've had that public works yard, it's there since the 1970s. I played ball on those fields. We have that same view. It is not a priority in my book. We can spend money other
That's
places.
why it's been that way for how many years?
No, we got other things to do, I agree, and we
Nobody cares about it.
We got a lot of things to do, and I got some things on my list. We shall do them.
Yeah, that's the one thing that can be done. Take one day and you can do it.
Any more discussion?
There, one day.
Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Those opposed?
No,
Motion carries 4-0.
for one.
4-1. Motion, chair goes back to the mayor.
thank you, Councilor Ratoshnik. Go Tim. All right. Anything else, Bob?
No, that's it for me.
Councilor Reddick.
I would like to bring up a couple things. First, we have a update to our IT contract with Tusker. I believe this is just for the storage.
I
So,
printed what he sent. So.
yeah, I need to follow up with Craig. But this quote that I have here for storage, it would raise our in-house storage and our cloud storage to 3 terabytes, which is drastically more than we have right now. And he gave us a quote for normal operations, day-to-day, that was for the front office as well as the police department and the fire hall. And I need to touch base with him again just to get a finalized quote before I bring it to the council. So I can give you guys a final dollar amount what it's gonna cost us every month. Oh yeah, I'll have it ready by next meeting. And then I'd also like to add that I will be contacting Miller Roofing to check on the building roof to get that changed out, and I should have that quote soon-ish. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you.
I have some questions on this. So I haven't read through this whole thing, I've just seen it today. But does this proposal, is this inclusive basically of all of the work that was previously done by our on-site person? Or can you give me some context as to like what this is?
This, as far as I just got it too. I'm just reading through it. This is just for the data, which is our storage. I talked to Craig vaguely this afternoon. Our current storage device needed to be updated like 4 years ago. The software version that it's on is no longer compatible, so we are getting docked. I don't know through our insurance company, we're not up to par. So this would bring us up to the level that we need to be, and also would give us cloud storage. And I believe this is 10xing our current storage.
Is that the box that's in the office?
It's the box, I believe at the bottom, and it's a tape storage. So, I really need to talk to Craig because I'm not understanding this completely. I just know what the data is and what it does. And this seems like a separate cost from what our normal IT structure will look like.
Right.
So I'll have that by next.
I want to make sure that it's, you know, we're getting what we need. And I think storage is ever increasing, so I get that, you know, and so we have different, especially as the police department changes and, you know, records keeping changes. I get that, but, you know, we've had, for a couple of months now, we've had this hole in our services. And I want to make sure that I'm putting my head on correctly.
Yeah, well, we still have CIT.
Right.
So we have not a hole, but we are just looking at other vendors to take over what they're doing because I feel like their services are lacking.
Maybe a hole was incorrect.
Yeah.
There are some gaps.
Yeah.
So, okay. I just want to make sure that we're like the solution from them is going to complete those gaps.
And I would, one more thing, I did upgrade the hard drives on 2 of the Office PCs. So one was a terabyte, one was 500 gigs. So that's more than the space levels. Those are maxed out. So that is done as well.
Thank you.
All right, Officer Gilbert?
I've got a couple of things. First of all, I put together a sign-up form for the 4th of July volunteers, an online form, and that's available if you go to our city website. The pop-up message has a link to it. So I've gotten a couple of responses. So hopefully we'll continue to push that and get some more volunteers.
Lynn has offered.
Yes,
So
Lynn and
the kitty parade, my husband and I.
We've got
can you add yourself to the sign-up
I'll,
list?
I'll make sure she does the.
that just
I don't even know what I'm getting myself into.
That just makes it easier, so we can do like one email with instructions, be here at this time,
Yep.
you know, so.
Absolutely, no, I will.
And anybody that's listening, please go to the city website and click on the link if you want to volunteer. It's only maybe an hour and a half for the parade, and I'd say maybe 2 hours for the games.
Yeah.
So, it's fun, you know, so we just need people to show up, so. Couple of things.
one more thing on that.
Sure.
Told Lynn to order a megaphone. We don't have no megaphone.
Yeah, we should have a city bullhorn. We used to have one in the rec department way back, but.
Yep, if I have one on the Amazon card, it should be here in a day or two when I order it. I just want to make sure. On that same note, because I haven't been here and I don't know, does the city want to, or should I get some things for the parade from the city?
I've got a bunch of flags, enough flags, small individual flags. I bought them off the range office last year before we closed. I think we have enough of them, but next year we will have to find another vendor for the flags.
I was talking more about like for the kids, providing them with something that's
What is-
pencils that
what's
say
the
city
cash
children.
look like?
I talked to Mr. Addy, me and him are we're gonna go get the money at $3,100 or $3,200.
Okay, so
And
that,
we need like $3,000, so we're there. We have enough, and that's without much advertising.
right,
Next year, I think he might hand that over now, the bank account to the city here, to me. And we're gonna do some advertising next year now. To make sure people,
Yep.
remind them to, there was no advertising, and there's 3,200. And they're starting at from 500, I think, last year. I ended up.
can we, are you connected with the 3rd July committee at all?
Yeah,
Can we make sure that we get the times of the kiddie parade in their advertising too? Just because that's the one that everybody looks at, and
10 o'clock.
yeah, I mean, we know that it's 10 o'clock every year, but it'd be nice if they could
Yeah.
include it in their stuff too.
Yeah, okay.
So My question was getting like pencils, let's say the city of Gilbert, something, anything, I don't know.
I will have to think about it, put me on the spot.
All right, I'll let you think about it,
To the Amazon cart, in addition to the bullhorn, can we get a whistle?
like a regular,
Like a whip, start,
Yeah.
starting whistle?
They don't usually use the ones anymore, they have the little things that you can just, as a whistle.
Yeah,
push a
yeah.
button.
Just push a button instead.
Just something to start the game.
We don't want people to go mouth to mouth with a whistle.
I would think on the bullhorn, it has a couple of different sounds that you
Okay.
can do,
Okay,
so that might be one of them, I will check.
yeah.
Or like Woody said, there's something that you, like a bag of stickers, you press the button and
Yeah.
let the whistle. That's what the referees use now. Oh,
So moving on, a couple of things about the commercial garbage. Overall, from people that I've talked to, business owners that I've talked to, we received a lot of positive comments. Some are kind of still holding back until they get their bill. So, but for the most part, they like and I passed off some comments to Lynn on them. The one that I saw some discussion on is, for whatever reason, we put I think the 90 container down at Lake Orbicon, and we should probably have
I already talked to Jamie about it,
either a 4 or a 6 yard container down there.
I talked to Jamie, I sent him an email about it.
And I know we've got this,
There's two of them down there.
To what,
Garbage bag, garbage containers.
which side?
they're the small, they're like the,
Yeah, with the
We're
little
looking
flip up can.
yeah, but we need
It's
to have something.
overflowing.
I think we had 2 big black containers last year. So we need
I
at
will
least,
double check with him.
we need at least 4 to 6 yards of
Overflowing?
capacity.
When I saw it, it was overflowing.
Yeah, I was down there this morning and it was overflowing.
They picked it up.
Yeah,
It's been picked up.
so.
Right.
So if we can make that change, I drove by Kennedy Park and I drove by Hopkins Park. I think those ones are fine for now, but we should watch those during the season to see how well they're used. I don't know what we have down at the Sparta Beach.
Same thing.
I'd imagine-
Just a name.
I'd imagine that we probably need to have something a little
Yep.
bit bigger with as that's more used.
According to Public Works,
It's-
it needs to be something more.
Sparta Beach gets very little use, very little. 90 would be more than enough.
Yeah,
More than enough.
we just don't know. Well,
I know, I watch it.
So those were ones that I want us to look at. And then there was an issue so I talked to Hannah today about Rock and Pines. Got some comments about individual residents getting double billed. Apparently, we fixed that a couple of years ago, and they shouldn't be getting billed from the city. They should only be getting billed from the HOA. So we just need further look into that to see. And there's like 20 or 25 residents in there. We just want to make sure that they're getting the right bills. So, moving on to residential garbage, because this was also another question. Do we know what our supply of the orange bags are? I know that the previous council ordered like 5 to 7 years worth.
Yep,
Yeah,
And
at least 4 years left.
I don't know that it's for, I just did an audit for Sam in January or February. And I'll have to, I just don't remember how many
okay.
that are left.
I think it would be helpful for future planning for us to kind of get a handle on what we think that supply is like so that we can, there's a lot of people in town that are eager for us to have a discussion about finding a solution that's different than the orange bags. I don't know what that solution is. I have no idea what that looks like, but I know there's a lot of people that aren't satisfied with it.
We had a discussion before we ordered the last time. And you can go with a big dumpster on the block and everybody can throw their trash in it, which we tried. It was a nightmare by my place. And I said that was the worst thing you could ever do because people couldn't lift high enough. There was garbage all over, brought in the rats
Yep.
into town because of that problem. So,
But Jamie
what
also
other
gave
things-
us other solutions of a form of a sticker or a form of a bag tie so people can use their own commercially available bags. That's one of the complaints is that the orange bags are not of a good enough quality. So is there another option? We can give them something to like measure the size of it, which that's essentially what the bag is. Give them a sticker or a bag tie or something. I think there's other solutions out there and I think it warrants a broader conversation as we get closer to the end of our supply.
I'm open to anything that will make it fair
Absolutely.
not just throw whatever you want in there.
That's a problem. Then you got the customer getting the thin bags, and then you go to throw them in their vehicle and the bottom drops out. You're giving the customer a chance to buy the bags, and they're gonna go cheap.
Well, I'm saying, what am I getting at? One person to use only one bag a week versus somebody using 4 bags a week. I don't want to have just one charge for
Correct.
$10 for everybody.
Correct.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
And now he brings up another issue, but the quality of other bags that they might buy. So, just,
I mean, it's a much larger discussion that I think we need
I
to.
think we'll
give
take
some
it
thought
out
to.
4 years from now.
Well, I don't know what the
2 years
timeline is,
from
but
now.
I'd like to get that on a calendar somewhere.
2
so
years
that
from now, because we got
we can have an honest discussion about it, and I think this is a big enough one that I hear about regularly from residents that we should start with an open house and a conversation.
It's not a council meeting.
No, not a council meeting. This would be a separate thing that we have a completely separate conversation about solving our garbage issues, whatever that looks like.
Well, I just want to make it publicly to everybody, this orange bag has got nothing to, is more about fairness than cost. You're not paying for the orange or the quality of the bag. You're paying for the amount of trash you want to throw away in that bag.
You're paying for the tipping fee through the bag.
And then through the bag.
Through the bag.
You're not paying for the bag, very minimal cost for the bag or the orange color of the bag. You're paying for the amount of trash we have to pay for to deliver it over there and put it in over there versus in your backyard.
The tipping fee.
Yeah, and it to be fair to everybody in Gilbert, that's how much you pay for that amount of trash, for those 2 bags, for those 5 bags, or those 1 bag. And we're singling them out with the color versus a sticker or label.
Size, it's the size of the bag you're saying.
And the size, but they're singling out, so you don't have a white one, so you can come over here with a white bag,
They're all orange.
all orange, that's
They're different sizes.
there's a reason to have it orange. So
So-
you can't use it somewhere else.
So I want to back up a little bit, and I think we all have our opinions of what the problem is, but we're all sitting here from our experience, and we're not including citizens in their experience. And that's why you need to have an open house or a series of open houses that are discussions. This is a big enough issue that people are concerned and they want to give their input. And one of the biggest frustrations that I hear continuously, the underlying current of it, is citizens haven't been given an option to talk. And we can go ahead and say people can come to the council meeting and stuff like that. That is true. And people have come to council meetings and complained about garbage bags. And largely whatever council has said, well, this is the process. And they've shut those comments down. The frustration that I've heard when I've been out campaigning, when I was first running, on a regular basis, when it talks about garbage, people feel as if they have not been included in the process. And that's where we have to start. We have to listen to our residents. And we have not done that. So we need to figure out a timeline where we can do that and include the public. So the last piece that I want to go to is now that we're clearly in summer and it's hot as dickens today, Oregon we talked a little bit before the meeting about the water levels. I'm concerned about the overall safety. Last year, our fire and police figured out a way that they could launch a boat in the horseshoe area of the beach. At some point, now we have moved the dock into that space, so I don't believe that we can use that to launch a rescue boat. Our old boat landing, you can't launch any boats from it because it literally drops straight off. And so that's why I asked our fire chief to come and kind of give some perspective on safety of the beach. The other is just the overall, I think people can get in to the beach area. Water is low. I see that Splashtown has put their stuff on the boat landing. I'm presuming they're going to be opening.
next week.
You know, have we heard anything from them? Are they able to operate safely?
He hasn't made any comments to me about it.
Okay. The other one that I would like Ty to respond to is today when I was down there, I witnessed people walking up and were doing cliff diving, and I gave him some pictures of that. So cliff diving patrols is also an issue that we need to talk about. We got an update on the status of the new boat landing. Sounds like it won't be until this fall. And the other thing that I was thinking is there a way that we can do more than just a wood barrier on the old boat landing? Last year we had wooden barriers. Can we get some like Jersey barriers or something across there to get people to not drive down there? Because at this point, if you drive to the end of that boat landing, you're going in. There's nothing that's stopping you, and we have no barriers on that. So there's a couple of issues that we need to address down there.
Well, that, we could buy for $150 at the most, those big cement things from Steffi's.
Yeah.
The big ones.
Yeah, the big ones,
That
yeah.
I have at the food shop.
Yeah.
I think it's they're about 150 or less.
Yeah.
I know 4 of those.
I just wouldn't want somebody to attempt backing a trailer in there or driving a car down or any type of vehicle down there because it's a drop off.
3 or 4 of those, $500, $600 will definitely do a job.
So, I guess, Anthony, could you address, like, how can we access the water if we need to do a water rescue and we currently don't have a boat landing?
Yeah, I went down there, well, that's horrible. I went down there, took a drive down there, and yeah, the boat landing where you're talking about at the end of the concrete pads, yeah, it drops down a quick 2 feet right away. But to the left of that, even in the dirt, I think if we needed to, we're gonna get the boat in there. If we need to, and we got enough guys, we can pull the motor off the boat and throw the boat in the water and go. If when it comes down to it, we're gonna get the boat in the water.
Right.
So we also have.
Question, what can we do to make that easier so that you don't have to?
That I don't know. We would have to, get together with the city and, and try to make a plan, try to do something different. I don't know. That's my first time down there today to look at it, and I didn't even realize I never go down there how low that water is. So we do also have our banana boat, our ice rescue boat that we can fill up off an SCBA tank and throw it in the water. It comes with paddles, and it doesn't have a motor on it, but at least we can paddle it out there if we need to. And I know we're going to have people that are going to be ready to jump in the water if needed and, swim out and do whatever. But if we needed to get the boat in there, we'll get the boat in the water.
I'm thinking the most likely scenario is something around the cliffs and an injury, head and neck injury or something like that. And can we, get in to rescue that situation?
And the rescue squad will be coming. They have the Sherp that they can drive right into the water if we need it. If we did have something like that, rescue squad is always available and willing to come out. They have the amphibious vehicles and the tracked vehicles and everything. So if we need to request them, we can request them too.
Okay.
So, there is options, but it's something that I can get together with Ty and, the department, and we can go down there and we can go try it and see what it would take and talk to Sammy and see what he thinks. But if we needed to get the boat in there, we're going to get the boat in there.
Okay. And then I guess Ty, I know that we're really strained for officers this year. What kind of plan do we have for patrolling down there? Do we need to consider something like, I think in the past we had cadets that would come periodically or others? Can we give some thought to that?
Yeah, no one, I know the cadets usually, they don't volunteer like they used to, there's no requirements, so those days are long gone. We try to get out when we can. Some days are worse than others. It can be a problem down there, yes, absolutely. Would a camera down there help? Probably. Last week we ended up removing 2 vehicles that were stolen. in the water. One was in about 16 feet of water, the other one was in around 12 feet. Still an ATV, still a snowmobile. We had to recover it because of all the complaints of all the fuel oil that was coming in. So, I mean, if you put a camera on it, it would take some issues. Other than having an officer go out there every once in a while to check on the cliffs, if it's a real busy day, it's worth our time, but walking back and forth, we don't really have the personnel to be out there, so. And again,
I know it's usually the worst on the hottest of the days.
yeah, and honestly, since when the floatables came and stuff like that, there's more parents now, it's actually our call volume has gone down substantially down there. We had years where we had well over, 100 calls down there. Now I don't know if we're dealing with more than 20 or 30 calls in that area, so it does clean up a little bit. But yeah, the cliffs are gonna be a problem as the water keeps going down. The water's gone down since last fall, approximately 4 inches. We have a measuring thing on the backside that we can see the difference at. So it's gone down about 4 inches. So not a lot, but it hasn't come up at all. It did not come up at all this spring. So, and again, trying to get out there, the reality is, in my experience, every accident we've had at the cliffs have been recoveries. Deaths. I haven't really had injury parties out there. So, when they hit hard. Yeah. So.
Well, we'd like to prevent that.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Toshnik.
Are you gonna make a motion for the barricades?
Oh, yeah.
Does Seppi deliver those?
I'll make a motion to get
Those
two or three of the big concrete barricades from Seppi.
Yeah.
You stand 3 feet high.
Yeah, they're the same ones that they use to anchor the floatables.
Sure.
They deliver them?
Yes, they deliver them.
A second.
Motion by Councilor Skrillex, supported by Councilor Toshnik to, how many did you say? More?
Well, 3 or 4, whatever we think the length is.
I don't know, if they call them cement barriers, like a huge Jersey block, one that high as this tabletop here. But it used to be 125 each, but now they may be up.
Yeah, I don't know if you space them or if you're gonna put them tight.
Yeah.
We just need to prevent a car from a vehicle from going down there.
Four-wheeler maybe.
Yeah.
Closer together.
Yeah.
Bicycle. I don't know how tight you want.
I mean, you could walk around anything.
Yeah.
So,
3 or 4, put a maximum of 4.
yeah.
All right. Any more discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously. All right.
Okay, go on. I just got a couple of things. We were supposed to, I don't know if we had got this done yet, the light at the high rise up here. Have they done that project for you yet? No? Just wondering. Who's gonna do that anyhow?
Was that Minnesota?
Honorable Bronson.
Bronson's gonna do that? Can we give him a call?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that-
what
they
I
were
had the
pushing.
estimate for,
And they were gonna push it.
for first court, right?
Boring up here, yeah.
For first court.
No, it's not first court, it's HUD up here.
That's first court.
Is that first court?
Yeah.
Street that goes across?
Okay, first court. And Ohio.
Okay. And then, in talking with the manager of the campground, he has 2 lawnmowers down there, but one is inoperative. The new one works, but the other one does not.
I have a resolution for that. I want to check that. I have a thought for that. Sam will be talking to Northland Ag and Turf. They contacted me. They want to donate a piece of equipment to the city of Gilbert. Asked what piece of equipment we would like. They said we could have a gator, but we don't need that anymore. And when I talked to Sam today, he talked about a zero turn for down at the campground. And so, my husband is gonna call Sam to see what it is, and they will donate it as long as we put on it, courtesy of Northland Ag and Turf.
Okay, that sounds very good. if they're gonna donate, do we need a resolution for the donation?
Yep, but we don't have, I don't have enough to put into it yet, because I don't know which piece it is, I don't know what the cost of it is. They said up to $20,000, so they'd be willing to donate.
Nice.
Let's see, I took a look at that, we approved at the last meeting for the curbing in Nevada for the new building that Northland Engines is gonna do, and the storm drain. The only storm drain there is on Broadway, down around the curve, there's no storm drain there. I don't know if there's a culvert that, at the end of the ditch on 35, there's a culvert that goes all the way through. But I think they've washed in probably this much brush, so I don't know if even the culvert is open. It just packed with brush, everything that, in big rain, it all runs down the ditch and stops right there.
Isn't that part of the work that the state is gonna be redoing? Because there's that,
It's
130,
curbing on the other side.
yeah, there is a big open, like viaduct drain that goes between 135 and Nevada.
that I think, I'm not positive of that, what the project entails, I know they're doing, I haven't looked at the exact plan of the project, but I do know it's 135
Yeah.
from the state.
Other side of the road though, I think, on the other side of 135.
It's on the other side.
I don't know if it's on the other side, I thought it was
I thought it was in
the whole side,
Yeah,
whole
I thought it was the side that was between 135 and our city streets. I thought that was where the work was being done.
I'll have to
I
verify.
can't answer that.
Woody, are you asking for right at the end of the alley instead of going down to the road, to go right across the Nevada to the ditch?
They would have to do something in there, because otherwise, all the water that comes down hits the curb, it would come down Nevada and go onto Broadway right in that
Yeah.
turn area right there.
You're gonna go underneath the road, Nevada into that ditch here, is that what you're asking for?
Something like
Then we
that.
have something we have to do or contract on one or the other.
Mhm. Because otherwise the water's gonna run down
I
to
think we can
Broadway.
do that too. Instead of having to turn down to Main Street, you're saying.
Could we have it go down the alley and go to the other side? Not that side, but the other
Go
side?
from Nevada into that big ditch.
Well, no, I'm saying if it's going, is there someplace, I guess it would have to be longer, wouldn't it, to go to the other street?
That's uphill.
I think it depends on, I'll have to drive there, but, so the water is gonna hit the curb in the alley, and it's gonna go to Nevada.
Okay,
So depending upon how the road is crowned, if the road is crowned properly, it should stay on the business side and into the curb that goes down to the
Broadway.
Broadway.
right, but the,
But if the road is not crowned properly, then it's gonna shoot out and it's gonna go across and it's gonna go straight into the ditch.
well,
Some of it is, because there's sand there now, it's been washing up the other side.
Yeah, so,
the storm sewer though, I know
There's
what
no
you're talking
storm
about.
drain though, where he's talking about.
No, if, here's where Northland is, this is Nevada, this is 135. If it comes down the alley and goes this way, there's a storm drain kind of around the corner
On Broadway.
on Broadway. So if it goes across the street and it comes down and around, it would go into the storm sewer there. If it's crowned this way, it's gonna pile up in front of his store on Broadway, or his shop.
Can we have a look, wait and see how it works?
yeah, I think,
Just something to look at,
yeah.
because I don't want the water in the spring or something to come down there and freeze on the main street, especially on the corner. We've had parking signs on the main street from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. time.
Yeah.
Is that for the entire main street? Or is
Yes,
that just certain areas?
it's, by believe the ordinance is only enforced, November 1st through April 30th.
For the parking on the street. I was just wondering, because if they clean the street or something, had to clean the street, or cars would be parked on the street all night.
Generally, there's not more than a couple of cars parked on these. There's one in the 500 block, 400 block, and then there's usually 2 parked on the 200 block of Broad Street North. The rest are usually pretty clear, so, of vehicles. And then the 100 block of Broad, 100 block of Broad Street South. There was a camper, that camper sold now, so that's shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, he parks his truck there, and down the street, there's usually a couple of cars, and down this way, there's a car.
On the 300 block, yeah.
Just wondering. We have, Lynn did a project up at the cemetery.
Yes,
We paid, some of it, X amount of dollars. The city's supposed to finish that project up there.
they're supposed to take the culvert out, though.
2 culverts up.
Yeah, the one up on the, by the, I don't know.
Gas plant.
Gas, okay. I can
And
remember.
they're supposed to pick up those pipes and stuff, get rid of them and then clean up that. Could they get that done maybe within the next 2 weeks? I'd like to make a motion, have them, maybe within the next 2 weeks or something like that, finish that project, so if it does rain, it doesn't go down the road into the cemetery or come across that guy's thing. Across his lawn and down towards his house.
Is that your motion?
Yeah, the motion would be to have, within the next 2 weeks, sometime have the city crew go up there and just dig out that, well, clean up that area with the pipes and the brush, and then, dig out those culverts.
Where are the pipes at?
You come out of the cemetery, go up the road, straight across that road, there's a pile of brush, and then there's all those pipes that they took off from the
From the what?
flags. When they replaced all of the flag poles at the cemetery, that's where they threw there.
Oh.
Just pick those up and get them out of there. Just clean that area up so it doesn't look like it's just a place for people to dump junk. And then when they put the one by the gas meters, they can block that road out so that people don't drive into that culvert where they're gonna take it out, they just make a berm in front of it.
Motion by Councilor Vrtajnik to have the city crew work on finishing up that cemetery ditching up there.
Yeah, to make the project complete within the next 2 weeks unless there's an emergency that they have.
Second.
I'll second that.
Second by Councilor Ponton. Any further discussion?
Can we just add a contingency on there? Don't know if we have the replacement culverts to put in there.
We're not putting culverts in.
Taking them all?
No, we're eliminating the culverts. We're eliminating the culverts by the gas and the one that goes straight across the road up into that. So all the water goes down the ditch and you can
Okay,
finish
so there
fishing
should,
it
there
there.
should be no materials.
No materials, just digging it up and cleaning that area up.
Thank you.
That was my motion.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously.
And one more thing is on Minnesota Avenue and Broadway on the corner on the east side, where the drain comes down, when it comes down Minnesota Avenue, and where it catches the storm sewer, it's washing out, the tar is washing out, and there's a dip right in there about 6, maybe 8 inches deep where it's starting to cave in. If the city could just look at that, the corner of Broadway and Minnesota, on the east side. You're just gonna keep washing out and the tar's already cracking and it is dipping there probably 6 to 8 inches.
So is that on for this side?
No, it's on the north side of the Broadway,
So
on the west side, I guess you can say.
Candies and cakes.
No, yeah,
Or the current,
the curling club,
current, so.
curling club.
Okay, I've asked Sam to take a look and have the highway department come and take a look. There's a dip forming there on the piping that we put on the highway when we did that. There's a little dip starting there, and that could be part of that as well, what you're talking about.
You mean going across the main street?
Right, there's a little
You're
dip
gonna
there.
get almost dips.
Huh?
They didn't compact it right. You got about 5 dips on the main street if you notice.
Well, that was the most
Yeah, prevalent, whatever.
prevalent one
Yeah.
that I can, yeah, there's a few other ones, but that one might be connected to your problem.
They're just gonna get worse.
Is Broadway a county road that they,
Broadway's a state highway.
state highway?
So I know if Sam was gonna have them come and review, look over the main street. There's a few other places other than that, that are not as much, but they're starting after 5 years now.
Well, we've had that one spot, right at Broadway in New York, that we brought up about a year ago in wintertime.
That's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah, we should look at that.
So,
I've heard, I got a person living there that said when the semis come,
yep,
he thought a bomb went off.
Yep.
When they hit that. Well, Cheech, living right there,
Mhm.
just complained about that, that we need to be looking at that.
We have a contract with Masabate. The tune is to fix potholes in Gilbert. Have they completed that and used that?
For the cost that we had, yep.
Yeah, I noticed that as walking around Gilbert, we have water shutoffs in the streets, and some of the shutoffs stick up approximately that high, into the street. If Sam could go around and get a list of those, whether they can mow them or we can have somebody mow them, because I know when the plow it's kind of tough on the plow when they hit that thing, because some of them are being pushed already. Just right down the street here, in front of the garage, there's a
We
couple
gotta
of
get
these
them
that
fixed before the plow season, because they're hard on tires and alignments right now.
and hard on the plow too, and it hits it. So if you could look at that, get a list, and see what it would take to get that done.
Yeah, and if there, we always said that there's gonna be probably more to do. Is there more to do? You know, highway.
That's all I have.
Okay, so but I think for the 4th of July, that Main Street should be taken a look at.
Okay, so if it's a state highway, how do we,
Have the state come take a look at it.
okay, we can get them to do that.
He's have to call somebody to come take a look at if they can add some more blacktop. And then 3 years from now, add some more blacktop. Okay?
Mhm.
Because we're not digging it up. I have, you're done?
We're done.
I'm done.
I mean, that's all it takes is a phone call from Sam, to get them over there and take a look and have them report to him.
Right, it just depends on what their schedule is.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Just a phone call, and then what they find out something, let us know what they found out. Okay, that we're concerned about these dips. I've got a couple, just a couple of things. There is a sidewalk missing, two chunks of sidewalk missing on New York Avenue from a water shut off during the winter. And there's gonna be a lot of people walking. Our parking is gonna be all the way up to the fifth block in Gilbert here on 4th of July. And they're gonna be walking down these sidewalks. And that, when that curbing is done, like it was mentioned on if that curbing is done down here, there's gonna be cement curbing. Maybe have Sam take a look how much cement could be, that sidewalk could be replaced.
Replace the
A
whole
city
thing?
sidewalk, huh?
Replace the whole thing?
It's auditor, no sidewalk there.
Oh, there's no site, okay, I don't,
It was,
so I'm asking.
it was dug out because of the
Okay.
water shut off. It's just dirt there, and that can't have that for all the traffic we're having in the 4th of July, and somebody can get hurt that with the sidewalk. He knows where New York Avenue, first 100 block,
How big a section is it?
two sidewalks.
Oh,
2, 3 transactions?
Yeah, and
Five
five,
footers.
yeah, 2 500s. And then I'll just mention that the Wandering Pines has asked us, 4 years ago, we checked into it. They've got water running down into their parking lot from city Broadway. And, I don't know what can be done. We added another sidewalk in there to stop that, and it's not working. I don't know what can be done. So maybe I was gonna ask all the council to take a look at that situation. You can't put a thing across the sidewalk, a culvert, I mean, not a culvert, but a drainage thing to catch the water from going that far, because the bike tires are gonna get in that thing. And to do it correctly, a ditching or whatever, we got an estimate back then, 4 years ago, $90,000. That can't be done either. So, I don't know what more to do, but they're concerned, they want us to check into it again, and what can be done. And plus the curb down there's some convertibles that can't come into their parking lot with the curbing that we have on Lower Nevada to get into that parking lot.
California curve.
Huh?
It's a California curve. That's what they call it.
Yeah, well, some of these convertibles are so low, that they can't even, they have to park on the street versus going in the parking lot.
Aw,
So,
sorry.
huh?
Nothing.
Yeah, well, maybe a driveway length of curving can be changed for that accommodation, I don't know. You know what I mean? So, brought it to the council and, maybe, I don't know, we can check into that.
There's two big potholes coming out of the liquor store on that street too. They're about this big, that deep. Maybe the city could just get some cold mix and fill those holes, it's just too, it's a pretty big deal.
Well, I would like to have the councilors take a look at this, what I just mentioned, see if you got any ideas where we get, or not. So. Other than that, but that sidewalk gotta be done, especially when we're doing some cement work here anyway. So, add that on to that cement work.
You making a directive for that, get that done by the 4th of July?
Yeah,
With the vote?
we can make a motion, I'll make a motion.
I think, isn't that cement work being done by Northland?
Well, 3D.
I know, but it's not our contract, it's with
3D.
Paul. So asking,
Well, Sam should order some extra cement for that, to take care of that job.
okay,
Or we can have a change order if 3D wants to do it for a certain price, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
right, but my concern is that we don't have a relationship with 3D, it's the property owner that's getting it done and we're paying for the,
He's gonna pay us to pay for cement, yeah. We're not, we're paying the labor, we're paying 3D to do the work.
okay. So it's a conversation with Paul, not with 3D, because he's the one hiring them.
Conversation with Sam, number one, to go see what needs to be done up there.
Right.
And see who, if he can do it, or have added on for a change order for 3D to do it. With not Paul paying for the cement.
No, but what my point is that we aren't having a relationship with them, Paul has the relationship, and but Sam can talk to Paul about asking 3D to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
or he can do it, whatever.
Okay,
Some trucks of sidewalk,
okay,
and a little, boulevard work there, grass or whatever.
What about Circle Drive?
What's that?
What about Circle Drive?
What's it, what's it?
We're supposed to, the city crew is supposed to do the grass at Circle Drive for that debacle we had with the sewer.
yep, there, I have an estimate here that Sam gave me, that way he got, because he's been working on landscaping, and she picked out 2 trees, just like the directive was. And so we have an estimate here, Sam's gonna talk to him to get that hydro seeded like it says in the directive.
City's gonna do that though, right?
City's paying for to do it, that's what it says in the directive from the attorney.
They were working on her.
Yep, they've been working on it, yep, he's still working on it, he gave me this estimate, asking if I needed council approval, I told him no, because it's a part of the directive and
Yeah, they were working on her.
Did the directive cover who would be responsible for watering that?
yes.
Seeded? Okay.
She is responsible, but she will get a credit for water usage.
Good. As long as that's all been included.
Yep, no, it is. I have a copy of the directive here if you want to see it. I printed one. Tells you what kind of hydro seed, which kind of trees she could pick out. She picked them out at Burns and Sam's on it. He's taking care of it.
I think in the disposition on that was the city crew was gonna do that landscaping and all that grass stuff.
The hydro seeding is done by someone else.
Yeah, and then if she didn't like it, the city crew would have to do it again, and if
Yeah.
she didn't like it, she could hire someone.
Yes, that's what the directive says.
Or at least get it
All
done.
right, moving on. I'm gonna move down to the representative from SEH so she can leave. Do we have anything from SEH that we need to, I wanna take up that, addition as well, as long as she's here. If there's any more questions by the council? is 38.5. 38.5. 35,800, the other way around.
Right.
And that is, where have we gone? Access road supplemental letter of agreement with SCH for $35,800. Where have we gone? Access road supplemental letter of agreement. Step out of the chair and make a motion to approve this this letter, supplemental letter of agreement for Oregon Access Road in the amount of $35,800 to SCH.
The mayor stepped out the chair to make a motion.
I'll support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion?
Just to confirm, so the timeline for this project is to be done this fall, correct?
Yeah, on page 4 of the agreement, you'll see kind of an outline of the schedule. We'll do design and bidding here in June and July, and then kind of August to October, we would anticipate construction happening.
Okay. So, should this be the last kind of like agreement that we need to vote on? Because we voted on a number of different pieces of this because it's put into several different pieces. It would be helpful if we could have a review, a letter of like, here's the status of the project, everything's approved, we're gonna move forward, here's the timeline. That would be helpful for us just to have as a document at like our next council meeting.
Yes, I will talk to Matt about that. I'm not sure what agreements have been approved, but it sounds like all the design should be in place. If there were anything remaining, I would assume it'd be construction services type stuff.
And then all the grants that are associated with this have been approved as well, right?
Yeah. They didn't come out for some reason.
No other questions?
Any more discussion?
I have a question for, we were awarded $1 million, right?
Not for this project.
No, for down below by the campground.
Not
You,
for the campground, that would
didn't you email us last week? Good,
That's for infrastructure for manholes
That's
and
separate.
Can we stay relevant to this
Also,
motion
no,
first?
that was for the street.
that,
Rudy, myself, and you went to see Chris Isbell, and there was $1 million, remember?
yeah,
And you emailed and said we were awarded that.
yes, that's not this project, and that's,
No,
Can we address that after we complete this motion?
Oh, is there a motion on the table?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Oh,
Any more discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion carries. Chair goes back to the mayor.
Now,
Okay, you sent this email and we were awarded $1 million, right?
yes.
You remember going there and seeing Chris Isbell?
Yep.
Okay, now we have to bid that project out at some point. Is that in the works?
that is in the works.
We don't have the signed contract from them yet. Pardon, sorry.
Oh,
I did talk to Matt and I,
From the IRB or what?
for the IRB, yeah, that's in the process. I did sign the, no match
Yeah,
contract piece of it, and we're just waiting. Matt said he was gonna wait until we got the actual contract from the IRB.
and then put it out
to
for
move forward.
bids.
And then
out for
move
bids.
forward, because we don't want any
Yes,
expense
okay.
to
That
happen.
That was my question.
Yep,
Okay,
I can, yep.
thanks.
and again, my request is because that's a pretty big project. It would be great if we could have like a one-sheet summary of what the project is. I've gotten at least half a dozen questions about that since that has been published by the IRRB. So what is this $1 million going to? And I think we need to be able to answer that question. So if we can get a summary, that'd be great.
Okay, anything else that we need from this representative from SEH here? I think, okay, you can be excused then.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay, it's Ty here, next.
being mayor council, I have nothing unless they have anything on me. I guess the only thing I can update on is we've been working pretty aggressively in the blight stuff. The goal is to go after the grass stuff, try to get the grass cleaned up to the 4th of July. People who we've dealt with in the past, we're just writing tickets to them. And people who we haven't had issues with in the past, we give them a letter first. But the goal is to get everything cleaned up, or at least the grass, and a few of the items on Main Street in regards to some of the blight issues, and a couple of them stick out pretty easily, so we're dealing with those as we speak. So.
Did we approve at a previous meeting to go with the contracted service to get some of that stuff done, or?
So, yeah, so we're looking at a couple of different contractors. One of the contractors who used to do it has quit doing it because they've been coming across dirty needles and they get stuck with the some of the hazardous material stuff, and they're just kind of getting out, it's not worth their time because of those issues. Now we're looking for a couple other people that might be willing to do it, so.
So do we need to approve that, like, that cost or that, because I don't remember if we did actually approve that to pass. And we've only got one more meeting before the 4th of July. I wouldn't want to get behind the 8 ball and getting these things done.
Yeah, we have a few properties that we can bring to the next council meeting for abatement, and then we can probably get a couple cleaned up sooner or later. One of the properties on Main Street won't be ready until after the 4th, but we're going to try to work with the owner to get it cleaned up, so I'm hoping for some success there, so that's all I have.
I had a question on that grass cutting. You come into town, you know, and there's people that won't mow the grass are on Broadway, and they leave that strip of grass and the neighbor won't cut it. I mean, you got cut grass, and you got a strip in front of the people that don't cut the grass in the yard. Couldn't the city just run through there and make it all look uniform?
Yeah, there's one.
A little bit of time.
There's one 600 block, we actually should take citations for that, but they never cut the boulevard, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Can't the city just run their mower across? I mean, it's,
Sam is gonna do that because the tax forfeit property is down from there, it needs to be mowed too, so he's gonna.
yeah, when you come into town, you look and there's a high haircut and a low haircut. It just looks,
I agree, we should just get it done, I guess.
just, yeah, you know, we got 3 guys that cut grass, I mean, we could just run them. Mowers just on the boulevard anyway.
Are you gonna talk to Sam about that?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yep, Sam talked to me today about it, so.
Are we doing something with the ICO? The weeds, all weeds, and, I mean, should we send them a letter, or should Lynn send them a letter saying that we're gonna take care of the weeds and we're gonna just charge you?
Yeah, I think we have some more information now we can call them. Get that
Because that is-
replied sooner than later. If we do a letter, it's gonna be a couple weeks. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, give them a call.
Are volunteers allowed to just go and do that?
My wife did it 2 years ago. She
So that's
just
what I'm
called
asking,
them-
'cause-
She just called them and said, I'm gonna go do your lot, well, don't tell us, just do it. That's basically, they didn't want to hear. So, that's how that worked. And she cut it.
I mean, if push comes to shove, I know somebody that might be able to go, just do it.
No, you gotta watch out for trespassing if it's not.
Well, yeah, but
That's what I'm asking,
the other
is
way.
will we get in trouble for
I
that?
didn't want to know, but
Public property, yes, volunteers can do it, but not private property. Unless you got.
I'm just telling you what the phone call was, and that's what they said. Go ahead, do it, but don't tell us that you're doing it. So she did it, and it looked 1,000% better.
There's a place farther down on Main Street also where, Nick's house used to be, and then it used to be Cooker's Harbor, where it is, where that piping is still on the fencing. Where the apartment buildings are next, apartment buildings are next to where Mike bought his, or Pete's Cafe used to be.
I don't know what Pete's, I've never heard of Pete, I mean, I've never seen.
Memory Lane,
Oh, okay, yep,
then come this way, Pete's Cafe.
yep, oh, I see what you're talking, yes, okay.
There's just over the fence, there's all, I don't know if there's mattresses, he's got an old washing machine or something against the house, and the grass is just getting deep. And
Okay, there's usually that open lots, there's usually a problem too. There's a
Yeah.
park right now, so. Okay.
Wow, explain to me what you were talking about, to him prior to this. What did you want done?
I can't remember.
I'm
Volunteers to do it.
confused, I'm confused what you were asking him.
Oh, if there was somebody that would volunteer to go and cut the grass,
No,
would they get a job?
no, I mean, earlier, the first thing you asked them, first thing,
That was,
go forward. Well, your first conversation, that you started with 5.
Oh, it was about finding that new
Oh.
agency.
yeah, the grass cutting for the problem properties, because the county doesn't do it anymore. And we faced this problem last year. And if we're gonna, need to get some of those, so I know one of them is, I think, 201 Michigan. That one we had to cut last year. And, there's a number of houses that you can drive by them right now and the grass is, already, pretty high.
Again, I don't think we can do it because we're taxed, I think, right? Busy. You want to contract it out?
Well, I think that's what we did last year, was that we just had a service, a landscaping service that went in and cut them, and then we put that cost on the tax bills.
Yeah, let's do it there. Again, that means.
Yeah, I think the problem is, I think that was never put on the tax bills.
What's
that? I don't think the former minister ever put that in taxes.
Well,
So, because I think in order to do that, we need to have council action, right? To basically say,
Well, once you, yeah, you did have base on the properties, and the city crew actually cut the grass last year. We had a couple down New York East. We had one contractor, our Michelle came and did everything down on New York Avenue East of all the residents, so.
that was that one too.
But they get real nervous because they're dealing with motor oil and everything else,
Yeah.
and other chemicals, they don't have to deal with that stuff, so.
Because I think we had this discussion last year that we didn't have enough time, especially around the 4th of July with the city crew, because there's so many things that they need to get done beforehand that they couldn't come and cut the grass. So we talked about a contractor, landscaping contractor that would come in. And it was a handful of houses.
Okay,
On Sherwood Forest Drive, they fixed a dip in the road in front of Limited house, I think it was. And it's caving in again, and I know on 4th of July, that's the road everybody uses to go down there. And it's caved in again, let's put it that way.
Okay, are we done with the grass? Because we're all over the place.
If they could fill that in again, or dig it out this time and pack it. What street is that?
Minnesota East.
No,
It does.
by Limited.
That's
He hasn't cut his grass though either,
The Limited is on Minnesota East.
No. Minnesota's this way. I'm talking about that way.
Or you're talking about the other Limited?
Yeah, the other Limited.
Okay, you're talking about, okay, then.
Yeah, there's a big dip in the road, and all the campers use that road a lot, and
Or at the stop
I know
sign.
the 4th of July parade is
It's at the stop sign, yeah.
is it culvert caving in or something?
well, no, that color is caving in again.
Yeah.
The dip in the street is getting to be pretty deep again. They fixed it last year, they had all those people over there that fixed it.
Okay, so that would be basically, let's have Sam run the route of whatever the detour would be, which I believe that's basically just Sherwood Drive, right?
Sure, first time.
And make sure that we're ready for the traffic.
It works with a great speed bump.
I'm gonna go back to that grass cutting. Now that we have a lot better hold on the interim clerk's position here, I think we go back and contract these out and have the interim clerk put it on the tax rolls, like the other one was supposed to do it. Because I don't think we can put any more work until we get this other position filled here on city crew. We put a bunch of stuff on today already too. So, you were saying it didn't it happened, it got done, but the other part where the payment was, didn't get done right, correct?
Yeah, it's gotta be done by November 1st.
It has to be a resolution,
I mean, we can do that before November 1st.
right, but it has to be a resolution that we know the dollar amount and
Yeah,
that it will be put on
right.
the taxes.
Okay, well, let's get the job done first though.
Right, absolutely.
so you wait till the end of the summer, add them all up, and then make your resolution and
Right?
put
Yes,
them on their taxes.
All right, so Ty, you got that? Get it done, bring us the bill, and then we'll make the resolution when you're all done. All right? Okay,
And if I may be excused, I'm watching some juvenile mischief on camera right now that we're dealing with, if I may.
You know, how is
No, go ahead.
police commission doing with the hiring of another officer here?
We went over the background this evening and, we're gonna open it up for some more candidates, so that was decided this
Okay.
evening.
So you're handling, you're on it, right?
Yes,
With the
yeah.
police commission,
Yeah, the issue is, everybody's short, that was short 4 officers, Virginia's short 7 right now. So everybody's running short, and there's just not many candidates, so they're kind of fighting for the same.
Well, everybody's short, so there's overtime, so overtime is still cheaper than the other way.
Can be, yeah,
Huh?
can be.
Other than you might
Can we-
burn your people out.
Yeah.
Other than you might burn out your officers.
Oh, yeah, that's not good either.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so burden on the officers, overtime, I know the benefits are not there because there's not a person replaced yet. But I think, I'm just saying this maybe, hopefully you get that fixed first.
Well, we're trying.
Because, you don't want everybody get burnt out, that's not good either, so.
I know the campground manager's appreciative of the part-timers coming down, helping to trim around and stuff, because he's got to move every picnic table every time he trims, and he had to talk to somebody that, in the new pavilion that we poured the cement on, somebody took all the tables out of there and decided to park their vehicles under there. And the rain and dripped a little oil and stuff on it, and so he power washed that off. But anytime that they can send those part-timers there to trim around all the posts, it's very appreciative to have them do that.
All right, thanks, you can go ahead. Interim clerk Linda.
I have a couple things on the list. I was gonna give you an update about the Searle property, but we talked about that already with the. Trudy has a annual meeting that she said she needs permission to go on. I have the paper here. The dates are July 29th through the 31st. It's in Grand Rapids. It costs $395 plus her mileage. She'll pay for the registration, but get reimbursed after the fact. She just wants permission to go. I don't know that, does it need to be a motion or?
Make a motion to have Judy go to the training.
I'll second.
Moved by Counselor Vrtajnik, supported by Counselor Skirvik. Any more discussion? Allow us, wastewater treatment plant, Trudy, to attend those, that training session in Grand Rapids on the end of July. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously.
Okay. Let's see what else I have on the list here. I had the resolution in here, but we added it to the agenda. I had that on here too.
Do you have the, that list of the?
Yep, I'm trying to get to that paper. I put it off to the side, so I don't have it. Not that one. This one. The following businesses put in for a permit to conduct liquor sales outside. Each business is paid the fee and is compliant with their insurance. Asking the council to approve the outdoor liquor sales for the following businesses for the dates and times. Whistling Bird in their parking lot, July 3rd, 4 to 10. Your House in the front window, July 3rd, noon to midnight. The Downtown Bar Deck, July 3rd and 4th from 10 p.m. to close. The Alibi Outside Attached Bar, July 3rd and 4th, 11 a.m. until 12:30 a.m. The Dugout Outside, July 3rd and 4th from 5 p.m. to midnight. And Devo? Sandbar Outside Tiki Bar between the Sandbar and the Dugout, July 3rd and 4th from noon to 1 a.m. Anybody opposed to any of those?
That's outside and the insurance is everything?
Yep. Insurance is all good.
All right, everything good to go?
Why are the times varying? so much.
It just depends on the business, like the Whistling Bird, they're not, like,
They're not open
stays
after
open,
10.
so they're only open
Well,
for a
one's
short
only
time.
till 1, the other one's close at,
12:30.
yeah.
I think they can be open until 1, but some of them choose to not be open.
Yeah,
until
most, I don't
12.
think anybody stayed till 1 AM.
They're choosing it based on what they think their staffing is gonna be. That's, from my read of it, knowing what I know of each of the bars.
Right.
You know,
I
it's
did talk
inside,
to-
it's all inside their normal operating hours.
Right.
Okay, because down in the cities, you have to pay, if you want to have your bar open until 2 AM, you have to pay extra for that every year.
Yeah, we didn't do that. None of them are open extra, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And our bars would have to do that too,
Yeah.
if they were to stay open that long.
Yeah.
But, this is
These are
absolutely
normal,
within their,
all
within their
normal
normal
hours.
hours. And all of them have their insurance up to par, I've checked them out, and they also all paid a fee per day. We had a per day fee, some of them are open.
So if they're only here 1 day,
some are
they pay
2
1 day
days.
fee, if
Yeah.
it's 2, if they pay 2.
Okay,
So move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Vrtajek, supported by Councilor Skirvik to approve the request by these numerous bar owners on the main street of Gilbert that were mentioned here to have their liquor sales outside depending on insurance. And you gotta pay a permit for that?
They did already.
You did already? All right. Number one priority, insurance.
Yep, they are compliant.
Coverage, all right?
Can I add real quick too, because you had asked me to send a letter to the other bar owners to let them know if they wanted to request in to, you know, have music or something as well. I sent a letter with them, I put, you know, top priority, important, open immediately. I did not get any responses back by today, so they must not be interested then.
Sure.
Number one, this is just for the fourth, this is not for the street dance.
No, this is the 3rd and 4th.
Third or the
These are the
fourth,
third and
yeah.
fourth dates. So the fourth is the street dance on
That,
that side of town.
Yeah,
So,
do we need to let Ty know then, that some
We will.
businesses cannot be, okay, okay.
yeah, we do.
we'll let them.
so,
You got a fourth on there too, I mean, for the street dance, that's included in this one?
We already did the street dance one.
Yeah, we already
Yeah.
approved that. You had just asked me
Yeah.
to send a letter to the other ones because we only got the request for one side of
yeah.
town.
So I was listening to the times and the dates that were on there, so it sounds like just the south side bars are the ones that are requesting.
I know the
Friday,
elevator,
Saturday.
the elevator's up there.
Okay, so they're requesting to stay open on Saturday as well.
Yep, Thursday and Friday. I mean, Friday and Saturday, the 3rd and 4th,
Okay.
11 to 12:30.
Okay.
Alibi
Yeah.
was covered.
Yeah.
And Dean, I thought you had, whorehouses too.
Yeah, the Or-House too.
Well, they are covered in there.
But they're not having a street dance where they need to close the street.
Right.
Yeah.
We would send them the letter.
So then the conversation with Ty is gonna be, what are the crossing points on the street that actually closes Main Street? Or we're not gonna close the whole Main Street, you know, past the
that-
Victoria meeting.
that
Yeah, that's, yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say every year.
Michelle, I think,
you know,
puts in the request with the state on that.
They're gonna have, they wanna close it off, but there's no band down there.
Right.
Okay. All right. That's different. Okay.
It's
Well,
no
nobody's
street
asked,
dance.
nobody's asked that, I'm just,
Yeah.
I mean,
The
Ty,
street dance would have to have a band, wouldn't they?
yeah, we have one band, I don't, most years.
But that's for
there's
the, that's a separate issue. This is
Yeah.
Right.
This is just for the bar owners to be able to have some outside sales outside of the
Outside,
bar, because there's usually people outside because of the street dance.
Yeah. And some of them have outside spaces.
Right.
And the road's not gonna be closed down there.
I'm not sure, we've
Yes,
always
well-
left that up to Ty, because he's always just taking care of it.
I believe that will be.
Right.
Michelle takes care of it.
Here to
Right.
there. it'll be closed.
Yeah, I don't know the where, from where to where.
It's usually closed off after the fireworks.
Right, then they reopen it, it doesn't, it's not all night.
Well, this is for the fifth.
Fourth.
No, 3rd and 4th.
Third and fourth outside sales, that's all that is.
The fourth is a street dance thing.
Yeah.
So some people have outside sales only on third, some have them third and fourth. Whatever they chose. But either way, their businesses are open.
Yeah.
This was just for outside sales.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously.
Okay.
Anything else?
Okay. don't think so, but I just wanna make sure.
Oh, any officers have anything else other than what we've spoke about?
Are we going to get, are we going to get the report for vehicle usage costs someday?
If you want,
I'm thinking about that too. So we've given all those slips to
Michelle,
Michelle to put in. I guess none of us have thought about running an extra report for you because it just hasn't been brought
She's been
back up.
putting
But she's been keeping
spreadsheets.
track of all.
I
the
showed
things,
Ryan
so-
when you were in the spreadsheet that we have, and she puts in when we get them. I don't know if you want me to print one for every vehicle we have every time, or what are you looking for?
Right, how would you like that report?
I'm looking for what it costs to maintain the vehicle. See, we have a pickup out there for the parts and how much time the mechanic spends on it. It's a cost per vehicle. We're spending
Right,
so
well,
much
this
money.
is something that's just started, so you have to understand.
Well, it isn't just started in January.
Right, but it's not like there's been that much maintenance on everything. So I'm asking you, what specifically do you want? Do you want us to try to just have them put everything that's been used? Are you looking for,
I'm looking for,
Certain vehicle,
right,
see, one of the pickups that they use. How much have they spent on parts and how much labor has gone into repairing that vehicle?
so we just started with the labor.
right, so that's why I'm
Because
saying
that was
the
like one of
report
the
is
previous
pretty,
meetings.
pretty minimal right now, but that's why I'm asking what specifically you're trying to get, because it's just.
Yeah, I want that,
What is that?
everything you got.
Alright.
For what the cost is that the mechanic's been using and how many parts we bought for that vehicle. The cost of all the parts we bought for the vehicle and the cost of putting it somewhere.
Okay,
Send it in the packet
So-
next time. You just send it in the packet.
it's not going to be a little bit. It's not like this one is this much, this is this much. They're individual sheets of paper for each vehicle. So
Maybe you'll
I'll figure it out.
instead of sending the packet, you'll have it on hand for somebody to come in and look at it, right?
we can do that.
Yeah.
I'll print it out for the next meeting so everybody knows what it's costing us to maintain these vehicles.
Rudy, you asked me if I could give you an idea of how long it would take me to figure out the accounting side, right? You asked me for that earlier, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's where the issue comes in for me. I have Brian telling me that the information that I need to give to Amanda for the grievance is the top priority I have, because it is already 2 months behind, that I should have given it to her. I have the PFA loan that I'm supposed to have a top priority
Where
for.
are you going with this? All I know, but the police department does it. She does all that. I just want it from her then. Because she's figuring out the spreadsheet of how much time the mechanic spends on Ty's truck.
She's not figuring out how much time. She's inputting into the spreadsheet the information that we get from the mechanic. I think that you will be surprised it's not going to tell you that we have a 2006 Ford F-150 that we've put in $40,000 worth of expense on. Because we've only been doing it since January, and we don't have the time that we were spending on it in that spreadsheet. I don't think you're going to get what you're looking for.
I know, because you only started doing the maintenance on it during the time that the mechanic's spending on it this last month or whatever it is.
Right.
But I'll take it from there going forward.
So I just want to contribute this because that was my point, is that you're going to get something and it's not going to be exactly what you're looking for. Jason has always kept a book, and the book was kept prior to him being there. There is a book in the garage. If you ever want to go see him, I'm sure he would have no problem, where he does have everything in there from the prior years as well. Not exactly what you're looking for with all the time spent on it, but it talks about the vehicle and the maintenance done to it. That might be a little bit more if you're trying to look for a little bit more. I'm just saying what we have right now is it's just not gonna look like a lot, but you know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna say, or it's not gonna say, because it's just been since January, that, you know, we spent this amount of money on this car, this amount of hours on this car right now. It's just, it looks pretty blank. There's not that much information right now. So I'm just,
But there's gonna be information going forward.
right, I guess if that's what you want, we'll get it, but I'm just, if you're looking for more, because I'm just worried that you're gonna get this piece of paper and then we're gonna have another 40-minute conversation, that this isn't what you're looking for, you wanna be more specific, you want more of this, you want more of that. I'm just saying, it's only been since January, it's not going to look very good. If you want more detailed, if you're thinking yourself specifically on certain vehicles, I would absolutely go talk to Jason, because there is a book there from prior to January, us keeping extra track, that does show all the maintenance, if that would help you.
You guys gonna have to talk about that off this meeting, okay? And to get to exactly what Councilor Bertocci is looking for, okay? And when you can do it and how you can do it, okay? That's what he wants to do, you can work on it later. We move on, check register, 515 to 528. Step up the chair, make a motion to accept the check registers from 515 to 528.
I'll support. Mayor stepped out the chair to make a motion to approve the check register from 515 to 528 of 2026. It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Chair, back to the mayor.
Thank you. All right, any questions on the timesheets? Council? Okay, we had the community center project update. Do we have any update other than kitchen work, anything else?
No, there isn't another, no, I just leave it on here because each week Jonathan usually sends me a list and there wasn't really anything of significance this time.
Okay.
But they had thought it would be done on 4th of July, right?
Yes, and
By the end of this month, actually.
I believe that's still the timeline, but I can verify it if you'd like.
Tailgate for old dump truck. What was the cost? I don't know, I can't remember. Let's get it done, let's go make a motion to get it done, okay?
We don't know which truck it is.
It's the only truck that's not the new one.
It's not the new one, there's three trucks, one is mowing yard.
There's one that doesn't work and is not being worked on, it would not need a new tailgate. It's the only other truck that we
That
have.
is working.
Two operating work.
Yeah, why would we replace one on one that's?
I don't know, to sell it, maybe, who knows?
No, I'm saying, why would we replace the tailgate?
That's right, to sell it, that's what I'm
Right,
saying.
but we would need council approval to sell anything. So if that were the case, we would say, we'd like to
Let's
fix
just
this,
move on.
we'd like to fix this truck so that we could sell it. So
We're
it
not
is the
gonna
truck
sell,
that
we
we use.
need two trucks. We need
Yeah,
two
fix the
have-
tailgate.
Fix the tailgate, yeah. That's what make a motion to fix the tailgate. That's my motion.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Mayor's made a motion to fix the tailgate, truck for $4,000, what was the cost? $4,700 some dollars?
It's in the budget. It's
It
in-
wasn't, I don't know that it was the.
$1,400?
It was around 14.
Somebody was gonna remanufacture one because they couldn't buy a part for it. just like-
Right.
I'll leave it, it worked in the
Don't remember
budget,
the
I hope.
We don't know what the dollar, like
It
It
was
was
in the previous meeting.
4,500, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the previous meeting packet.
It was like 4,500.
Probably in the budget anyway, so.
I don't think it was that much, but I can look, I can give you the dollar amount.
I do think it was more than 3,000.
It was like 4,500.
But, I mean, it has to be done, right? So that, because it doesn't work right now.
Right.
So,
You're at the gavel.
Mayor stepped out the chair to fix the tailgate on one of the dump trucks that the city owns.
The working one,
One of the working ones,
not the new one.
not the new one,
Not
but they
the,
have two other ones.
one working, one not working.
Well, two working, one's new, one's not new, the other one's dead.
Dead.
One sitting in the boneyard stand, the other one they were using to haul the press from the wastewater treatment plant.
That's the one you needed.
That's the one that needs a tailgate fixed.
So they couldn't load it, because they couldn't close it, yeah.
The new one's okay.
I hope so. It's been moved and seconded. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those opposed, motion carried. Chair goes back to Mayor.
I was gonna say nay on mine,
Go ahead.
but that was my vote, it was nay, it was not an aye.
Okay, motion carried by a count of 4-1 with Councilor Skirvin voting nay. Now the chair goes back to the mayor.
All right, thank you. Supplemental letter agreement, we got that done?
We need to do the community center project update.
We did that.
We did that.
There was no significant update.
No signal.
Stepping out the chair, I make a motion to reappoint Joseph Scofich to the HRA board.
The mayor has once again stepped up the chair to nominate Joe Skopich for the HRA board. Is there a second?
Reappointment, yeah.
Reappointment.
I'll second that.
Councilor Redpain has seconded the motion. Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Chair goes back to the mayor.
Thank you. Minnesota Four-Wheel Drive Association request for charitable raffle approval. I see no problem with that. So we want to make a motion?
Is this called for the queue?
No, this is for Trail Jam, it's the third weekend.
I'll make the motion.
We passed the crawl from the queue, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's all. This is separate.
This is the one.
This is a raffle. Motion by Councilor Fontaine, supported by
Second.
Councilor Rotachnik to approve the Minnesota Four-Wheel Drive Association request for charitable raffle approval based on all the requirements are in order, correct?
Yes.
Any more discussion?
The only thing is, because it is an event that is listed in my campground, I will be abstaining.
Good. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. Any
Abstention.
Motion carries 4-0, abstention by Councilor Skirvin. Motion carries. Okay, land use permit for Hogland at 113 Minnesota Avenue East of the deck. This is a building permit, I believe. I only one question, I see 38 feet or 39 feet from, isn't it 40 feet? Rudy, you're familiar with that? I just want.
House has to be back 40 feet, is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
No.
huh? It's not 40?
No.
What was it?
40.
Huh?
It's not 40.
I see a 39, so that's in order, it's a good?
It's good.
Good, okay, that's all I'm asking. I know you're familiar with that stuff.
From the residential street is 10 foot setback, so we're well within that.
We're probably taking
Good to go then?
Good to go.
Okay, so
I make a motion to approve the land permit for Hogland at 113 Minnesota Avenue East for a deck.
I'll second that.
Motion by Councilor Vrtajek, supported by Councilor Redpain to approve the land use permit for Hogland at 113 Minnesota Avenue East for the deck. Any more discussion?
I would point one thing out. I do like this method better, the CAD drawing versus pencil and, you know,
Yeah.
this is much.
Right, but are they doing that themselves? They submit that with
No,
their drawing.
right, no, yeah, but that's my point.
Right,
This
it's
is
so much
much
nicer,
shorter.
right, yeah. Easier to read for sure.
Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Okay, let me get one of my additions here. The lights Help me out.
Can you do the
We have one more on
Elks,
there.
the Elks resolution
We've got
first?
two of them coming up, fire department and the house, I want to do them in order.
Okay.
Do the last bit of our, before we go to closed session, okay? Do the lights,
It's a separate one that I gave you before.
It's a quote for $1,150.
fire
It
hall.
wasn't in your,
Yeah,
yeah, it wasn't in your packet.
okay, $1,500,
It's $1,100.
$1,150 for LED lights.
Three new lights.
What's that?
Yes, 3 new LED lights in the fire hall.
Okay, do it, SC Electric. Make a motion on that.
Must be in the budget, right? For expense.
Yes. Should
You
be,
got it in your budget?
In their budget?
Yeah.
They're getting money from the wildland fire. So even if it's not in their budget, they're getting some funding from when they had the wildland fire here, so I would say they will have funds available for that.
Make the motion to approve.
Second.
motion by Councilor Potacek, supported by Councilor Skirvik to approve the $1,150 for three new lights at the fire hall by SC Electric. Any more discussion?
Are these just regular lights?
The ones that are in there now, or,
But like the ones that they're
This
replacing?
is, it's for their meeting rooms, so I'm not quite sure what lights they have in there, but
Sam said that the lights that are in there are really
dim.
and T.
But why are we paying someone to put them in? Why can't someone else put them in?
I don't know if they're hardwired or if they're plug-in. I don't,
You gotta have a master electrician put these.
I'd imagine they thought about that.
Right.
You gotta have a master electrician put these in.
Alright, so,
Okay, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All say nay. Motion carries. Now we have $2,100 to SC, the lift station at Oregon. Install new wire for the septic pump.
the lift station, yeah.
What's that?
It's the lift station, but it's that
Lift
same,
station at Oregon. Install new wire to that septic pump. Step off chair, make a motion to approve that.
I'll second.
Mayor stepped off the chair to approve a motion to install new wire for a septic pump at the new lift station. It's been seconded by Councilor Potenon. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Motion, the mayor goes back on the chair.
Go. All right, now we have two donations. One from the fire department, one from the Elks. We'll take the Elks. I don't see my, for the Elks.
it's at the very back.
Here's the resolution. All right. All right. This is for the gazebo, $500. Yep. I think someone make a motion to accept this.
A motion to accept the donation from the other Elks.
Moved by Councilor Skirving, supported by,
I'll
second by Councilor Redpain to approve this $500 donation from the Alps to go towards the gazebo decorating. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. That's the resolution number 2026-15. Which I will read. Resolution accepting donations. Whereas the city of Gilbert is generally authorized to accept donations of real personal property pursuant to Minnesota statute section 465.03 for the benefits of its citizens. And whereas the following persons and entities have offered to contribute the cash amounts set forth below to the city. The name of the donor is Elks Lodge 1161. The donation is for decorating the gazebo and an amount of $500. Whereas The city council finds that it is appropriate to accept the donations offered. Now therefore be resolved by the city council of the city of Gilbert, Minnesota as follows. The donation described above is accepted from the house lot number 1161, gambling. 2, the city deputy clerk is hereby directed to issue a receipt to the donor, acknowledging the city's receipt of the donor contribution. The deputy clerk is now the interim city clerk. That could be
I'll change it.
corrected there. Just for legal purposes. When it gets audited, they're pretty sticklers on this wording of this stuff. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it has to be. And adopted by the City Council of the City of Gilbert on June 9th, 2026. Done. All right, we have the fire hall donation. And that was package, huh? I mean,
It was-
addition, right?
It was, yeah, on your desk.
And we got this working session stuff and this other, and our regular stuff, all, the else stuff.
Here's the, is that one right there?
Yeah.
All right, we have the, resolution number 2026-16, $4,000 from the Gilbert Fire Department Relief Association for the donation for the purchase of equipment. I'll make a motion to approve 2026-16.
Make that motion.
Moved by Councilor Quantin, supported by Councilor Bertocci to approve 2026-16. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously. City of Gilbert, Resolution 2026-16, resolution accepting donations. Whereas the City of Gilbert is generally authorized to accept donations of real and personal property pursuant to Minnesota Statute Section 465.03 for the benefit of its citizens. And whereas the following persons and entities have offered to contribute the cash amount set forth below to the city. Name of the donor is the Gilbert Fire Department Relief Association. A donation for the purchase of equipment. I'm assuming fire equipment. Fire equipment, not just really any kind of equipment. Fire equipment for at the amount of $4,000. Whereas the City Council finds that it is appropriate to accept the donations offered, now therefore be resolved by the City Council of Gilbert, Minnesota as follows. The donation described above is accepted from the Gilbert Fire Department Relief Association. The interim deputy clerk is hereby directed to issue a receipt to the donor acknowledging the city's receipt of the donor's contribution. This has been adopted by the City Council of the City of Gilbert on June 9th, 2026. Complete. And now, council, no miscellaneous items, we're all done with that.
I just got one.
I got something too.
So just to let everybody know, I'll be on a family vacation from the 17th through the 24th of this month, and we'll be missing the meeting on the 23rd.
All right, well, good luck, have a good vacation. Nothing wrong with vacation.
Eat it every once in a while.
Depends on where you're going.
St. Louis.
Oh,
I also will not be at the next meeting because I'll be at the League of Minnesota Cities Conference.
I might go to a home. All right, that means
Mary Olson.
Mary over here, correct?
Yes, and if you don't mind, I do have something to bring up. Lois, the lady who decorates the gazebo, had brought in a donation jar. And I know because we're a city, we aren't necessarily allowed to just accept it, but because it is city property, we do need a motion, I believe, from what I've researched, to have that jar here.
Donation of money?
Yep, she's got a jar for donating, for decorating the
How
gazebo.
much money is in it and do number 2026-17 then?
Well, she just put it there, and literally the second she put it there, a lady put $10 in there, and that's what's happened so far.
Put it up for the next meeting, and the next resolution number, whatever.
Does it have to be a
that is.
resolution or can it just be a motion?
Huh? Huh?
I
We
think,
can have it in here.
I think it would be a motion now.
Bank would be more appropriate.
Yeah.
Well, I think she'd put them out in other areas, so I think for us in here, what we would do is make the motion, and then when they're ready to take the money, then we would tally it, and then we would.
I do not feel comfortable having a donation jar here, library, campground.
I got this mixed up. I thought we were accepting a donation.
No.
No.
That is not a good look for the city. It's-
Right, well, I
Too
did
much.
look into it, there is a difference, only because it's not private property, it's actually city property, so we are allowed to do it. But the cleanest way to do it, and $4 would to make the motion, and then whatever is taken in, we would do a resolution for it,
Back
so.
up a little bit, back up a
Right.
little bit. The city council never agreed to have a donation jar put out.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying, she just brought it and just said.
Yeah.
So we can't say,
So,
technically say that it's a city thing.
I think that we.
Right, no, she's saying that the donations are for city property.
Right.
But
Which is
her,
fine.
not our jar, her jar.
Having a jar or having a collection box of any sort on city property, whether it's city hall, the campground, the library, I don't care where it is, we have voted against those things, we have voted to remove those things consistently because we've had problems in the past. I think the best course of action is to give it back. If we want to help support donations, we can direct people to make donations to the Gilbert Bank, like we've
Right.
done in the past.
right, this is why I'm bringing it up.
To physically have a
Right.
standing donation jar, that is not a good look for the city, I can't support that.
Right, this is why I'm bringing it up, she just said it there, and I thought, ooh, I don't know if we can do that,
Yep.
so.
That is not appropriate.
You know who put the $10 in there?
I could try and figure it out, because actually, I think she just bought garbage bags after. Well, either way, they have jars everywhere, I could just tell her that the lady purposely said that she was excited that they decorate the gazebo, she put the $10 in.
And I fully support that effort, it's just on city property where we're collecting money from citizens, that's a sticky line, and it's not an area we should be getting into.
Number one, it's not the city jar, it's her jar. She can go to a business downtown, any business, and
Right.
say, would you put this there for this purpose? And then come back with the money here then, okay?
Right.
You want to ask one of ours to put it up on the bar or Folgers or somewhere. Is this for such and such a thing?
And I believe she probably did, I'm assuming, because the way
Not-
she brought it in, it was just like,
Not on public
here's the
property.
jar, and I thought, whoa, I'm
Not
not so sure we can do
not
that.
on public property,
Right,
okay? But somewhere else, yeah.
okay,
That
I can
can
give
be
her a call
done.
tomorrow and
But
explain it to her.
between her and the business, but she can bring us the money, you know?
Right.
We'll take,
Right, and I'm sure when they get their donations, we'll do the resolution again, for like we just did for this 500.
anything else? What's up, Leo?
Carl, I just have one question. I heard you said that Tunas filled out their contract for the streets.
Yeah.
Minnesota Avenue and Michigan Avenue haven't been touched, and there's a lot of old potholes. How do you plan to handle that? Have the city fill it or something? Foot slides coming up, Michigan is really bad.
Well, they're not done with that, they were on the list, too.
Nothing been done on it.
We exceeded the budget, right?
We could have them come and do more.
Well, I would,
Do we know how far they got on that list?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I know those
I gave
streets
them-
haven't been touched, and they got bad potholes, drive on by.
I know that Councilor Reddepenning had another list as well that could be incorporated into the second.
well, we need to, I can go back to my mayor's position here, and I'm gonna make a motion to have city crew, Lynn or somebody, Sam, ask this, what list has not been done, how much more would it cost to get it done? Get that list.
What's been done, and then we can compare with what we've asked.
And give us a quote on what to finish that list.
Can we use some of the HRB money for that?
No.
And
It has to be specifically for whatever the
Yeah, for the.
request
for
was
the
for.
definition of the phase one.
That's my motion to get the remaining parts of the list and the additions that were put in later on that list. I think like Louis had something, and Ryan, get that, and give us a price on that. So,
I think we just kind of underestimated how much we needed, because there were some pretty big patches. I saw like Nebraska had their patch was half a block long, so that's a lot of asphalt.
yeah, right, and, by the next meeting, so they can get it done by the 4th, or.
Never happened.
Huh?
Never happened by the 4th. They're so busy now.
Okay.
They're gonna that patching from Masabi bit. Lucky if they can squeeze it in this year.
Okay,
They're so
now,
busy.
I'm gonna amend change my motion, my motion is to give Masabi the twins to look at that list and do an additional $5,000 worth of work.
I won't give you much. I won't give you much.
I guess the 2 streets.
That is 10, if you even touch anything.
Okay, I'll make a motion for 10, then make it to 10.
Mayor stepped off the chair to make a motion the mayor stepped off the chair to make a motion to add an additional $10,000 budget for Masada Bituminous to fix the rest of the potholes in the city of Gilbert that were on the list, or see how far they can get on that list, and with the additions to it also. Is there a second? Is there a second for the motion?
I'll second it, but our guys can do some of this patching too. And can buy a lot of asphalt for 10 grand, and they may not do the best job, but at least they'll fill the hole for the summer.
I wish that could be true, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I think our staff is stretched very thin, and I mean, we saw how fast they got it done before.
I know
I don't have expectations they'll get it done before the 4th of July. I would love it if they could.
Never happened.
They're pretty busy, but we can ask.
That Michigan is really bad, really bad.
I'm gonna go ahead and vote in support of this. I would just like to, just because I know, like, we really need to get this done, but I would prefer that we go with the process of getting an estimate and then approving what that estimate is. I feel like the dog is wagging, the tail is wagging the dog a little bit, but I will go ahead and support this because I think we need to have it done.
The problem is with this now, with oil being so high, asphalt probably doubled in price. So most of this money is gonna go towards just the material, not even the labor. So you're not gonna get much for it, is what I'm saying.
City crew would have the same problem.
Well,
We're not gonna change the global price of oil.
You get more asphalt laid with the city crew because the labor is paid for. The city. Anyway, I want to go to the closed section.
It's been moved it's been motion by the mayor. Who seconded that motion? Bob seconded the motion?
Yeah.
Is there any more discussion? All those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. Check goes back to the mayor.
All right. Make a motion to go to closed session.
I think we missed H. Did we miss H on the agenda?
No, we already covered that.
On the new business?
We covered that under the SEH report. That was the SEH report. We voted on it.
That was a lift station, right?
Was that to buy?
I actually-
Was that to buy the pump for the lift station?
H was Oregon.
The SEH contract, but I
Contract for the lift
actually.
station.
Yeah.
No.
Right, well, we moved it around, so now HG was the lift station at Oregon.
I thought they brought that up.
Right,
We did the
That was the electrical
but not-
to it,
Not the
but
pump.
not the pump itself.
right, it was
We
installed
didn't
in
do
the
the
wire,
pump. You're correct. Rudy.
so we do need one.
So I'll make the motion to buy the pump too.
Where was that?
It is,
It's, how much was it?
okay,
4,500?
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's.
gotta have it, so I make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilor Pond, I remember 45.
Yeah, that sounds right.
To make a motion by Councilor Pond, supported by Councilor Toshnick to approve the purchase of the pump for the lift station down by the Corrigan for, I think, $4,500, my recollection.
I think is that from Midwest Pump.
Yep.
The total cost was $5,624.
Whatever
Shipping,
that-
handling, service drive time,
Yep,
truck mileage.
5,624.
So they don't install it, but they just ship it to us and we put it in? Is that how that works?
On-site service labor,
Oh, labor, okay, so they install.
yes,
$5,624, right?
yes.
Okay, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Marianne. All right, now can we go into closed session? Discuss some stuff, and when we come out of closed session, we might have to approve the window for the date of posting and stuff like that.
I'll make a motion to close the session, or to recess the meeting and go to a closed session.
I'll second.
Moved by Councilor Skrillex, supported by Councilor Bertocci to move to recess and closed session at 6:23 to close session. All in- supported by Councilor Bertocci.
It's 8:23. 8:23.
8:23. We gotta
I know.
change it. Okay, get a regular clock.
All right.
All, 8:23, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Okay, closed session. Reconvene the meeting at 8:38. Council has returned from the closed session. Let the record show the entire council is still present with the interim clerk, city clerk, Lynn Laurie, and assistant Marian, and no other person in the audience tonight. So we are done with our closed session. We are down to acting on our findings in the closed session. And it's appropriate now for the council to go ahead and post the clerk position and the public works position with the date between June 11th and June 25th as a closing date.
I'll make a motion to approve the job description for Public Works, Maintenance 2, and approve the job description for Clerk Treasurer, and have them posted between June 11th and the 25th.
Motion by Councilor Skrillex to approve the descriptions of the Public Works Director, Public Works Maintenance 2 position and City Clerk position, and to have them posted for hiring between in the newspapers that we agreed to advertise in. Then you got all that.
I have.
From the dates of June 11th to June 25th. I'll second that motion. Any more discussion?
In terms of posting them, the Maintenance 2 would go to Hometown Focus and the Savage Tribune.
Yep.
And then the clerk would go to the
The
broader.
other ones.
Rudy, have this discussion?
No, I was just gonna turn this mic on.
Any more discussion on that?
So,
I will help you.
okay, so just the 2 for that one?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously. No other business, council, move to adjourn, somebody.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Moved by Councilor Bertocci, supported by Councilor Skrillex to adjourn at 8:41. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Good night.